Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Imperial Splendour mod, and we're playing as Prussia. Last time around we took Vilnius in the Lithuanian province, and in so doing we ended the Polish nation. The only combatant we have left now is Kurland, their old vassal, so they got free just at the very end there. But how long will they stay free? That's another question. The unhappiness is pretty high in this province, so I'm not entirely sure. But I kind of want to move out and deal with them before they gain any real strength. I think they've actually gone ahead and recruited this unit right here. So German line infantry. All others, I think, are what they start with. So they're actually starting to recruit troops. I wonder if it is because they're only trading with Denmark. So that's probably not it. But yeah, I want to take them out as soon as possible. But before we go ahead and do anything up there, we need to take out the rebels down here. And rather having them run around burning the countryside, which will be very expensive to repair. There's a lot of these buildings, like this one's going to cost me 4,000 to repair. That's almost as much as replenishing this army would cost right after the battle, so that's really expensive. Also might want to shift some of the troops out from Berlin, just to hold down a lot of these provinces that were newly taken. I think I'll be able to turn this one around pretty quickly. Interesting stuff when we go back here is that we've got the Hussars and we've got Janissaries. So the Polish have sort of gotten a really strange army to attack us with. With that said, let's jump into the action, shall we? And Gerhard von Blücher will now march to take out the Polish rebels. Or their, maybe not rebels is the right word, because they were just recently taken over by us. So they have an army of about 2,000 men. Oh, the Janissary unit is 500 men, damn. We have 3,000. 200 Polish Hussars. They have won battles in the past with numbers like that, with just the famous Polish Hussars. However, this time around, technology has outpaced the valiant horsemen of Poland. The nation is gone. Will they try? I mean, they could smash me here and maybe they could retake Warsaw. It would make it quite difficult for me to actually recover from that and recruit like a new army. But I seriously doubt it. But then again, they do have a lot of cavalry. If they're really bold and just charge straight at us, especially with given the stats of the Hussars, which outweigh anything I have. They doesn't even come close. Even with my cuirassier unit, we have a melee attack of 9, that is 16. Almost twice as much. To just name one of the factors there. But let's not go on with that. We've got a lot to do. I'm hoping to do the Battle of Kurland as well and get them out of the picture. So let's jump into battle, shall we? The early morning mist have yet to lift from the ground, and so we look at a slightly hazed battlefield. We start off with a really great hill over on my left side, where I've placed my artillery, hoping to avoid friendly fire from the batteries. I think they will fire overhead, so that will be fine. Then it's a straightforward line. I've got 2 units holding up in the forest, and then we're gonna advance down here. So we've got 2 musketeers in the front, followed by 2 units of grenadiers, and then I've placed the Fusilier battalion over here. They're gonna charge towards the warehouse, and then I've got Grenadier battalion over there, cavalry is going to swing around, attack the enemy from the back, and that's the plan. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start moving the troops forward here. Get the Fusiliers into the house. It's going to get the Grenadiers over here. And we're going to keep these guys. Ooh, the first thing that happens... Polish battery retreats. They're broken. Oh shit, there's their lances. They're not going to the side that I wanted them to attack. And there's a lot of them. And in the shit. General will abandon. Switch to canister. Oh, the lance is pulling away. Okay, so this is not good. Okay, we've got the other Polish cavalry unit. The dragoons riding forward, firing, and then retreating. Sort of a, what's it called? Caracol. Old style of fighting. I was hoping to use the house. I was hoping the enemy would attack here, so that we would be able to use the house more, since the enemy has so much cavalry. Seems like that's not going to be the case, though. But it's a good strong point to deter the enemy. We've got the Janissaries moving forward over here. They look like... Let's see. All the troops kind of look like... What's he called? That little mushroom guy from Mario, kind of sad. What's he called? I can't remember now. Seemingly though, they're just gonna march straight into us and our fire. I'm actually gonna swing up that unit, and we're gonna take 2 Grenadiers, move forward over there. Okay, it looks like they're slightly tilting the unit. Only to kind of face the cannons better, so they can bounce through the side there. Also, I wonder if I should get this guy, slightly tilt him. It's a bit odd with the Empire, what's it called? Soundtrack of Empire Total War, because a lot of that is, I guess it's added because of the Indian expansion or whatever, but there's so much Native American music and it doesn't fit at all with what's going on here. Or I guess it's a little bit oriental, maybe could pass for that. Oh, here comes the Hussars again. They've lost 3 men so far. Are they gonna charge us, or are they gonna retreat this time around? They're slowly just gonna ride into us. Ooh, they took a hit. Half the unit got wiped out by a volley. Oh, and then this unit fires. They're wasting what is arguably the best unit they had, which, I mean, if they charged head on, they could have wiped out some of my units. Very poor performance here, but then again, these guys are commanded by some kind of rebel leader, freedom fighter. The officer fired his pistol into this. I think we can break them if we call in the regiment up there. I'm gonna have the cavalry now march through the gap that is opening up here. And if you could actually fall, probably upon the flank of the Polish over there. And here we've got the charge. This will unnerve the Polish. They weren't able to break through the line with their charge, and now they're attacked in the flank. They've seen their famous winged hussars beaten by our volley, and they're now forced to flee. They're still holding on, but they are wavering. Let's see, my cavalry's moving out. The Janissaries... Oh, we're bouncing cannon shots into our own line over there. Cannons will hold fire. Okay, the Janissaries are retreating. These guys are retreating. Getting absolutely murdered. The cavalry will be called in. I will call for a general advance against the enemy. Only one unit remains, and it's that cavalry unit, which is able to fire at us from quite the impressive distance. However, they're about to get hit by the yellow hussars and get sent off the field from the back. Charge, gentlemen, charge! They are unable to discharge their weapons, and they quickly get overrun, hopefully. Maybe I'm speaking ahead of time. I'm gonna send in the cuirassiers as well to send in enough troops to hopefully unnerve the enemy. We're getting fired from behind there. My cannons do not actually reach that area. We do have regiments, the battalions, marching up right afterwards. We're not breaking these guys as quickly as I thought. Okay, the hussars will continue. And then... You know what? This regiment will hold. We lost quite a few hussars there. Boom. Good shot. And it set the enemy running. The cuirassiers and the hussars will combine to chase down the Janissaries. Charge them down, gentlemen. Do not let them escape. It's such an odd amount of troops that I mean really the two kind of nemesis units, Janissaries and the winged Polish hussars, team up to try and reclaim Polish lands. Didn't work out for them, and we stand victorious. Back to the campaign map. We lost only 300 men, while the enemy lost about 1,500. 400 of them still remaining. Highest kills goes to one of the musketeer battalions. Not entirely sure which one. They only lost 11 men, so I'm not entirely sure which one that is. Then we have another musketeer battalion. Then the 6-pounder artillery, followed by musketeers. Highest losses were incurred by one of the musketeer battalions as well. Could be the one that was charged, that got charged straight on, but I don't know. It only killed 135, seems a little bit low. And I think they probably, once the Polish unit retreated, it kind of retreated through one of my units. So that probably got quite a lot of kills from that. The unit got killed. We're still within range to get back to the Polish capital. One thing that I think we should do is, I don't need all the dragoons in Silesia, so they could be moved over here to help hold this down. And that could possibly leave me troops to send even further up here. This area is also very happy, so this Dragoon unit could be pushed forward. And then Berlin. I still don't want to evacuate too many troops from this area. It might be better just to kind of reorganize what we have here and then see if we can pull off an attack towards Kurland. It depends on really how long time it takes for me to kind of reorganize the troops, get him to a fighting position that I feel comfortable with, and then strike at Kurland. But right now, we'll end turn, and we'll see where we end up. I get an offer here from Austria. They want a military alliance. They've asked me once before. I think this is one of those deals where even if I'm not particularly interested in alliance with Austria, it might be better to accept it than to stay out of it, because Austria might just take it as an offense that we constantly push away the military alliance, and they could declare war. Their public opinion towards us is friendly. Our public towards them is unfriendly. But yes, we'll ally with the Austrians right now. We spent the winter month encamped, resupplying and regrouping our armies, ready to take to the battlefield once more as the snow retreated. And so it has. We are now into, I don't know, summer, spring. I guess there's only winter and summer, really. We've marched up the army. I've left 2 units of dragoons. Not entirely sure if that was super necessary to leave both of them, but I decided to do that just in case. And with that said, we're at the right at the door now of the Kurlanders. They've recruited yet another one of the German line infantry. Didn't realize that we're going to be that big, 500 men. I've sent my spy, Spiridon Graf von Lucy. And we also have another one over here, or Heinrich Friedrich von Dies. Both of them have gone ahead and discovered the enemy for us, or discovered, or infiltrated the enemy camp, so we're now well aware of their strength. And actually not. He did get all the numbers, but he didn't get it for the general nor for the grenadiers. We're actually roughly equal numbered to the enemy. They outnumber us in I think they're actually gonna outnumber us in men. Yeah, they're gonna get 6,910 men compared to my 5,080, or no, 2,580. They outnumber us almost 3 times. That's a lot. We're gonna send up 500 dragoons to join the fight. So now I'm up to 3,000. So that's a little bit better. But I think because that's a big fight, I think we'll actually save that for the next episode instead. Also, I should point out here that I have been able to sort of repair most places. I haven't repaired this one because it's so expensive, 4,000. But I have been able to reorganize this army, so that's in good order. And I think I might even be able to take this army and leave this place, but leaving 2 dragoon units, so we can actually march this army around. I wonder if we should be a little bit generous with this army. There's only about 3 men difference, so it's not that big. But we might want to send some infantry over there. Or maybe what I should do is... We can't actually recruit infantry over here. And neither here. Ah, it's one of those things where you have to recruit in your home provinces rather than recruit. You can't recruit in foreign ones unless it... I imagine we can recruit in other German provinces and sort of different areas where historically we recruited troops. It's the same as Napoleon Total War 3, where you can only, like, you can't go all the way to Russia to recruit a French unit. But you can recruit, like, if historically they recruited Bavarian troops, which Napoleon did, then you can recruit those units out of Bavaria. And stuff like that. I think it's something similar in this one, but I'm not sure if Prussia actually has any of those units that we can recruit from another nation or area. Anyways, we're gonna have to leave this as a cliffhanger. I didn't realize, I should have realized that they were gonna get a shit ton of armed citizenry to help them out. Not though that they're any good. We saw what happened in the Polish, or in the Battle of Warsaw. We were able to send them off quite easily. The difference is, this time around, I think there's more actual infantry units. Plus, the howitzer is one of the units that I think is going to be difficult to deal with. The range on that? So look at that range. 1350 for the range of the 12-pounder howitzer. My 12-pounder straight bore artillery, or standard battery, has 460 in range. And my mortar has 750. It outranges my mortar by about 500. I don't know if it's meters or what it's supposed to be. But that's kind of a lot, isn't it? I've also undertaken a road project because Prussia is getting quite long, isn't it? And we want to make sure that, since I cannot recruit in foreign territory, we need to make sure that we can move quickly through the empire. So I'm starting to build roads. It's quite expensive. It costs almost 4,000. But I'm starting to build roads going from Berlin to West Danzig, and then later on we'll connect it with Königsberg and so on. So we can quickly move through these territories in case of war. Right now though, we are surrounded by allies. So I guess after we're done with Kurland, we got to get a navy, and I forgot that I got one of these priests. He should be sent to Poland to start converting those guys. I guess we're gonna have to jump over and attack the Swedes, because on all other fronts we're allied with the Russians, we're allied with the Austrians, we're allied with Saxony, we're allied with Denmark, so it's either Hanover or... But the thing is, we're already at war with Sweden, so that would obviously be the easiest one. Hanover is also a protectorate of Great Britain. Not entirely sure if they would go ahead and... they're currently at war with Spain, so I'm not entirely sure if they would have the... power to protect their vassal of Hanover. But at the same time, as I said early on, I kinda don't want to piss off any of the other Protestant nations as much as possible anyways, even though we're gonna take out one of the closest one with Sweden. It's also, I mean, it's a quite easy conquest of another Protestant nation, because you don't get the religious unrest. Although the religious unrest in this is not that high. I mean, this province is 96% Catholic, and we only get 1 point in religious unrest, so it's not that bad in terms of that. I guess we should march then to a port, the closest port, and prepare to actually set sail for Stockholm, or go for Finland first. Maybe Finland. My grand strategy is Finland first. No. It could be because we don't want it to fall in the hands of the Russians. And then we would take on Stockholm. Stockholm and that part of Sweden is really rich because it's one of those provinces that is huge. It encompasses all of more or less what is modern day Sweden. And there's a lot of there's mines. There's a lot of factories. We actually got another mine up here. It's a steam mine as well. Steam pumps, silver mine. We've got fur all the way up here. Yes. With that said, I say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!